Hey people, CzarThwomp here, and welcome to the bonus episode of Crash Bandicoot Wrath of Cortex. Last time, we completed the final level in the game, and we defeated Cortex. However, Uka is like, oh, if they don't have all the gems, we can revive the elementals. Mwahaha! But anyways, before we do anything else, I'm going to show off Crash Blast. Basically, you need a GBA in order to do this, so yeah, kind of can't do that, but you do get a screenshot. That's important. Anyways, I do not want to get the time relics. I really don't. I don't want to get all the time relics because you know how some of the levels can be. Especially with the monkey bars and the sentient explosions, and also that dragonfly. Oh god, that dragonfly. But anyways, I have a way in order to get a easy 100% in the game. So basically, you know how in Crash's early history, Crash's original name was going to be Willy Wombat? Well, if you type in Wombats if you do a new game and you type in Wombats, basically, you'll notice that, well, you don't get the intro cutscene, or maybe you do get the intro cutscene. Yeah, you get the intro cutscene. However, and this is the big however, upon entering the main hub, and before you ask, I did verify this beforehand. This is how I did my practice run. You have 4 lives. However, you'll notice all the relics, all the crystals, all the gems, all the bosses defeated. That's right. Look at this. It's beautiful. You don't have to do anything in order to get 100% in this game. Seriously, just look at this. Yeah, you just have to type in Wombat in the main menu and you get everything in the game. Everything is unlocked. I don't have to get a single thing more. So basically, levels. We have Nighttime, Ghost Town, Ice Station Bandicoot, Solar Bowler, and the Forces of Nature. Anyways, first level on the list, Nighttime. I am going to try my best in order to get basically the box gem. For these levels, like the hidden levels in Crash 2, as well as Crash 3, you basically get it where you have 2 gems that you can get out of it. One for getting all the boxes, one for reaching the end of the level. Anyways, this is a Coco level. Coco's only level in the medieval area. But anyways, one thing I want to look up is basically how fast a tsunami moves. Okay. How fast does a tsunami travel? Okay. On land. That's important. Okay. At shore, most tsunamis slow to the speed of a car, of a slow-moving car, approximately 20 to 30 miles per hour. So Coco is capable of moving her scooter at 20 to 30 miles per hour. And yet Coco, basically, she's like, I'm not gonna learn how to double jump. I'm not gonna learn how to swim. I'm not gonna better myself. Okay. I think this may be the dark level of the game. I do like the music here. Coco kicks a man in the shin. Coco wins by kicking a man in the shin. But yeah, it does feel good knowing that I don't have to technically complete it. Oh yeah, this is technically the dark level because you don't have to collect dragon fireflies, but yet this little guy's gonna follow you around. No particular reason, he's just there. He's just coming along for the ride. Okay. No fire boulders. Coco doesn't get a fire boulder. Coco's gotta earn the fire boulder. Okay. Go, go. Yeah, I'll show off the level, but I'm not going to really go out of my way to get every gem. If I miss... Wait, I wouldn't even technically be able to get the gem, because I already have the gem, technically. Okay. Okay, that was a little weird. I was trapped by an archway. Okay, yeah, there's no bonus area to save you this time. It's kind of like a... Yeah, this level, now that I think about it, is kind of a darker version of the one level where we got the purple gem. I honestly don't remember the name. No, I'm not sacrificing my life. Okay. Let's go. Yeah, you know, this song kind of reminds me of something that you hear out of the grades, right? Really, yeah, that's my main thing when I hear music. It's like, this song reminds me of something I heard from this game. Okay, anyways. Let's get going over here. Yeah, I know it's not as exciting that, oh, CzarThwomp, he just put in some cheat code in order to get all the gems, all the collectibles. But basically, I just don't want to do the relics in this game. I'm sorry. Just, that would require doing that Dragonfly level, and I am not doing the Dragonfly level. Hell, Uka doesn't want to be invested in this. Look at this. He doesn't, Aku, he doesn't want to be invested in this. Otherwise, he'd actually pop on Coco's face. He'd be like, no, Coco, I'm going with you. Okay, almost done with the level. Okay, nice. Yeah, just imagine that I picked up a gem right now. As well as a second gem. We'll go with the level. Okay. Now, this next level, it's actually pretty funny because Ghost Town, it's supposed to be a race. Where you go up against Crunch in a minecart. However, you can actually win this level by doing absolutely nothing. You think I'm kidding? You can win this by not touching the control stick. In fact, that's what we're doing for this level. I'm just sucking on a candy cane right now. Yes, lovely day. Cortex tries to send Crunch to defeat Crash. Crash is just winning by just doing nothing. That's right, we won the race. We won the race by doing nothing. Crunch's final hurrah. Just nothing. Anyways, Ice Station Bandicoot. Basically, you know the plane race from Crash 3? Well, think of it like this, but with clunkier controls. You think I'm kidding? You gotta race with that clunky helipack that we used in all of one level. I can't win with the funky controls. Help. Come on. Why are the rings solid? What is the perk of making these rings solid? Thank God this is just a bonus level. Imagine if this was a required level to beat the game. That polar bear is so bulky that you can't get past him. Oh my gosh, we're actually beating him. We are the underdogs here. Okay, we won the race. I don't care if we didn't get the gem that we would have gotten for winning the race. No, we won the race. We got 1 gem. Just imagine if I was smashing boxes accurately. Imagine if I was doing that. Solar Bowler. Yeah, but if you're ever looking to do a speedrun of the game, just use Wombat as your file name. You get everything. Okay, this time I am going to try to get everything, because this one is actually a standard level. Anyways, yeah, this area, as you can tell, is one big maze. So, yeah, just try to be cautious. Try to be careful. Try not to die a bunch of times, because, well, we only have 12 lives. Remember, we're not dealing with our 99 life file. Yeah, it would have been cool to basically have this level in the final set, you know, just... But I can see why they place it here. And it is a good fit. It's a good penultimate level. Okay. Entropy's ultimate revenge. Blasting the central wheel. Engines nowhere to be no engines nowhere to be found, because gosh darn it, he's not gonna do it. He's not gonna fail. He's not gonna be like, I'm not doing this, Cortex. I have pride. I may be insane, but I have my dignity, and you cannot take that away from me, Cortex. I don't care if you have rave music, Cortex. I have standards, and these are going against those standards, Cortex. Good day. Engine, don't be like that. I said good day. Okay. Center or left? Okay, both lead to the exact same area. Just give us some unnecessary indecision. No! No! Oh, look what we're doing again. Yeah, basically, the reason why I didn't feel the need to show off just that other level was because there really wasn't any sort of winding paths, those other 2 levels. There really weren't winding paths. It was more or less, okay, for Ghost Town, you want to get all the crates? Just time it, go through all the different areas, and just overall try to just see if you can hit them all. Think of efficient routes. And then as for that other one, you just gotta get good. That's all I can really say about that one, with the whole polar bear race. However, basically with levels like this and the castle one that we were in with Coco, those don't require... Excuse me, those levels require a little more, you know, because basically you gotta actually search around. Just, they're not all in the open. Tiny has been completely reduced to nothing. Tiny, basically, you can just go around him. He's not even blocking anything. Tiny's a landmark. Tiny's not even a foe. This is why I didn't want to be part of the whole atmosphere stages. Cortex, he said, "Oh, it'd be great. You get to have some appearances in the game." But I said, "No, Cortex. No, I'm either a boss or I'm nothing. Okay, look, I'll take my role in the ship. I'll take that. I'm at least doing something. I'm being an offensive role. I can be dangerous. But yet." Meanwhile, what am I doing here? What am I doing here, Cortex? I'm just standing there and shooting missiles at a single spot? That's not me, Cortex. Where's my agent? I want my agent. I wonder if Spyro is hiring. I'll be in Legend of the Dragonfly. It will make me know, Cortex. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, just a lot of different maze works. Okay. Okay, weave. Okay, given the interconnectivity of those two, my guess is that the other one, it leads to a different path. Basically, it leads to a dead-end path of its own. Or maybe not. If I see a checkpoint box, then I am definitely going to skip out. Okay. Oh yeah, this definitely looks like the path that you would want to take. Okay. Yeah, we almost have half of the boxes. Okay. Yeah, liking the whole techno vibe. Are you sure, Engine? We've got a techno vibe. No! I am not dealing with your techno vibe, Dr. Cortex. I will not settle for a techno vibe. You know I want my rock and roll Guitar Hero robot or I'm walking. That's why Engine looks so different in Wrath of Cortex as well, in Twin Sanity as well as... Yeah, as well as basically the old Crash Tag Team Racing Radical era. His engine walked. He didn't get his robot, so that's why he only came back in Crash 4. In Crash 4, it's about time. Okay. We're not going to go down there just yet. Or maybe we should have gone down there. But frankly, I'm not taking chances. Well, looks like I am going to have to take chances. Yeah, just don't go rushing out, otherwise you run right into the nitro. And I could just gone around the nitro. I could have just gone around that nitro, but here I am just making things more difficult for myself. The classic CzarThwomp solution. We take more time to do something more convoluted, but darn it, it kind of works. At this point in the game, Dingo Dow just dropped too. He was like, "Oh, I'm not dealing with this." Okay. 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 The end is right over there, but we don't want to go to the end. We want to see if we can find those 6 crates. Or rather, those 10 crates. Yeah, CzarThwomp can't count. Doing math with CzarThwomp. The grace of all national pastimes. Okay. And final crate. There we go. Imagine we got a crystal and imagine we got 2 gems from that. As for this final level, I honestly don't think that I need to get all the boxes just because it's a relatively straightforward track stage. Essentially, it's Coco on her snowboard. But let's see an avalanche speed. Okay. Average avalanche speed. Okay, the average speed of an avalanche is 60 to 80 miles per hour. Coco is able to basically move at 80 miles per hour. Coco is a superhuman, or rather a super Bandicoot. Cortex just really umped her up. She really is Crash 2.0. I don't want to go on the snowboard. Okay, I'm going to try my best to get the crates. I'm going to try my best. But yeah, that's why I'm not a big fan of this level. Just because it's a lot of just dodging and weaving about. I'll try my best to get all the crates. Don't get me wrong. I'll try my best. But just don't expect any promises. Especially since I don't need to. I mean, really, think about it. I have all the gems in this file. Most I'm trying to do is just get Wumpa Fruit for lives. Yeah, in this level, you don't really want to be speeding forward. Because, well, you could crash into some nitro, you could miss out on boxes. So all in all, it's not in your best interest. Yeah, and avalanche, basically, where Coco's getting chased by an avalanche. You get this happy-go-lucky music. And then this stage, it sounds like Coco is on the verge of death. Even though she's on just a standard snowboarding course. Seriously, this sounds like something you're hearing on a Bionicle game. Oh, no, you don't. Okay, there we go. Okay. Okay, almost there. Or at least I think we're almost there. I did this level during my practice run just to make sure that it wouldn't be too bad. And yeah, we're almost done with it. Okay. And there's the end of the level. And we did pretty well. Only missed 3 boxes, and you saw which 3 we missed. Okay, so with that said, let's defeat Crunch and Cortex one last time and get the true ending of the game. Yeah, I know it sounds kind of cheap, like, oh, CzarThwomp didn't earn all the relics. He didn't want to do all the relics. He is weak. All I'm saying is, would you seriously want to see me suffer with, sorry, not this one. Bonds, oh, not this one. That sinking feeling, would you want me to suffer with that sinking feeling? Because frankly, I don't want to suffer with that sinking feeling. But for the sake of just showing just how good the running shoes can be, we'll go to Arctic Antics. And just show how well it can be. Though it is cool though that the game lets you set a time record for yourself. Even though you have the platinum relic, the game's like, you know what? We'll give you a blank slate to do whatever you want with the time records. So yeah, it does boil down to something fun. Yeah, funny thing is that basically for me, my experience with this cheat code, I did not learn it through the internet. I actually learned it through one of those old cheat books that you would buy at a scholastic book fair, where basically just that was basically the big treasure for me. Basically just where it's like, oh hey, where it's like, oh hey, you can just cheat the entire game, and they outright tell you, hey, put Wombat in, you get 100%. That's actually how I discovered that the relic levels even existed back in the day. Where it was like, type in Wombat, you beat the game. That is actually how I beat the game back in the day. Where it was like, yeah, I'm like, I can't do that sinking feeling. I can't do that sinking feeling. Yeah, so basically, go in with Wombat and boom, perfect game. Perfect file. I am like, I have done this. This is me. All me. Okay, go, go, go. Boom. 42 seconds. Warp room. And with that, final boss time. Crunch time! And Aku once again abandons us. So that way, basically, he can rotate around Crunch, even though we know how to fight him. We know how to fight Crunch. We know how to take him on. But yet the game's like, no, you don't know how to take on Crunch. He's too powerful. He's too strong. He'll destroy you. He'll break your soul. You know, I think it's pretty much the exact same fight. Yeah, it is the exact same fight. So yeah, basically, just do that. Yeah, it's like with Crash 3. No changes whatsoever. Just though I have to say though that while this is definitely a harder fight than the one Crash 3. Crash 3 though, just something about it just feels a little more iconic, you know? Basically that's you and Cortex versus Aku and Uka. And yeah, the attacks are basic, but hey, you don't have Aku, so the game's like, you know what, we're gonna give mercy upon you. I mean, you only have one hit to defeat Cortex. You only have one hit to basically take down Cortex. Though, I mean, basically, very few Crash fights can arguably be as disappointing as the final fight in Crash 2. Because Crash 2, Cortex is just running. He is just running away. You're not even fighting him. He's just trying to run. Which, arguably enough, that was one of Cortex's wisest moments. Because, basically, well, he knew, oh, hey, I can win if I just run away. Basically, any other villain would be like, you know what, I'm going to take on the hero. But no, Cortex, he was like, I'm going to be smart about this and run. Because the thing with Cortex is that he's kind of different from a lot of other scientist villains, where with a lot of other scientific villains, they tend to be their own undoing. Even with Cortex, basically, it's just a matter of, like Engine said, Crash is just too good for them, basically, where just they put in the work, they put in the means, but just Crash is just too powerful. Basically, so that's kind of a testament to Cortex's own abilities, considering that basically, well, considering that Cortex did create Crash. I mean, basically, if Cortex's Cortex Vortex did not malfunction, Cortex would be the undisputed ruler of the world, basically. But just Crash is just that capable. Because really, if you think about it, just when in Cortex's plan has there ever been just a glaring flaw other than Crash is just too good? Seriously. Crash 2, Cortex almost won. And as for Crash 1, it was more of a passive thing, where basically it was just Cortex really just more or less underestimated Crash in that game. And just Crash was just taking things down one by one, just going across the Wumpa Islands. I mean, the only thing, frankly, if anything, Uka in Crash 3 was more of a detriment to Cortex's plans than Cortex, because basically, had Uka just been quiet about things and basically, and Cortex's crew could have just used the Time Twister in peace, basically, Crash wouldn't have stopped them. I mean, basically, the only reason why Crash basically went up against Cortex in that game was because basically Aku realized, oh, Uka is free. He's laughing. He's turning the sky dark. And as for Cortex, this time around, though, I would have to say that this game would be Cortex's biggest example of just kind of just being his own undoing. Because basically the fact that he has 4 other minions that basically that could have been just putting in some work for him. They could have been just really putting it, like, Engine could have been having some giant death robot for Crunch. Just not have it where, oh, hey, we've got the elementals and that's it. Granted, you got hitboxes. But yeah, anyways, just... Okay. Boom. Okay. I mean, I would have to say that, honestly, Eggman is actually a less confident scientist than Cortex. Yeah, Eggman may have a massive army. They have a massive armada. Eggman may have technology on his side, but the thing is this. Eggman, a lot of his own plans are pretty much just, okay, Eggman just does not really think ahead. Eggman's plan, I'm going to tame this Eldritch abomination. I'm going to try to tame Chaos, the god of destruction. Eggman, I'm going to try to tame Dark Gaia, this earth-shattering nightmare. Eggman, I'm going to try to take on the forces, this demonic entity that had to be sealed away. Just really, the fact that Eggman constantly thinks on several instances that it would be a good idea to basically just try to tame some demon. That is seriously the Eggman strategy. But meanwhile with Cortex, if you ever notice, just sure he does the same crystal plan over and over again, but it's for different reasons. Where basically just different sources and the like. And not to mention, Uka was the one coming up with the crystal plan twice. So basically, that's on Uka's part. I mean, Cortex, when he shrank the Earth, he was pretty much on the verge of victory. Yeah, as long as we don't have these hitboxes messing with us. Yeah, that'd be another Crash game, though. No! Please! Just the freaking electricity. I'm sorry. Just that thing touches Crash foot. Just there. All because Aku can't provide a little bit of coverage. It's always the final hit. It's the final hit every time. Okay. Boom. There we go. Now bring in Pyro. I mean, at least this time around, Cortex was like, okay, I'm going to make sure that the Bandicoot that I'm mutating is on my side. I'm going to make sure that it doesn't go paywall on me. And not to mention the fact that Cortex and Entropy were actually able to go with a relatively solid plan and Crash 4 back in action. Basically, that just proves that Uka is actually the incompetent one. Not to mention the fact that in Crash of the Titans, basically, just Cortex basically Uka's like, I'm replacing you, Cortex, because you're useless. And then meanwhile, just the plan still fails, fails epically, all because Uka can't admit that, oh hey, Crash is actually a solid opponent. No, come on! It's just you have barely any room to move. I was sucking on a candy cane. I was trying to have a Chad move by sucking on a candy cane. What do I even think I'm gonna have a Chad move by sucking on a candy cane? Allow me to tell you about my alpha male blog. I'll teach you how to be an alpha in 30 steps or less. My mom says I'm an alpha, so I am perfectly qualified to tell you about how to be an alpha. Look at Crunch. He is not alpha. As you can see, he gets tired after jumping around a few times. As you see, Crunch has ditched leg day. All because Cortex is wanting to defend those camo booty jeans. What the hell? Notice how Crunch is weak. He tries to compensate with the robot hand. Okay. Okay, let's go. But just that look on Cortex's face where it's like, I'm gonna teach you how to be an alpha baller gamer in 4 days or less. Come on. Punch him. Why was Crunch delaying? That's because he wanted to listen to the alpha gamer advice. I'm gonna teach you how to be an alpha in 4 days or less. First off, don't talk to any human beings. That will make you alpha. You want to be a sigma instead. Rule 1 to being alpha, being a sigma male. Okay. Okay. Okay, I think this is the final round. There, boom. And 100% ending time while Cortex spins in the air. Get me off this wild ride known as life, Crash Bandicoot.
Can't you ever let me win?
What's Crash doing?
For me, you cretin. No, Uka Uka, I can explain. It's too late for that now. I don't think you should have done that.
Wait a second. That annoying scientist doesn't have control over me anymore. Where is that pathetic twerp?
There's no time for that now, Crunch.
Danger. Critical power overload in Evil Space Station. Run for your lives.
I think your energy bolt caused a slight chain reaction. It might be wise if we made our way to the escape pods. This is all your fault! If you hadn't ducked out of the way, none of this would have happened!
This doesn't look good.
Hey, any of you guys need a ride?
Crash, Coco, Aku Aku. I'm grateful to all of you. If it weren't for you, I'd still be under the control of Dr. Cortex. Thank you for believing in me, guys.
You're welcome, Crunch. Hey, do you think that's the last we'll see of Dr. Cortex and Uka Uka?
I'd like to believe that, my children. But somehow, I doubt that very much. Idiot! Fool! Nincompoop! You've landed us in the middle of nowhere! Ouch! Whoa! No, wait! I can explain! Ah! I'll get my revenge, Crash Bandicoot! Just you wait!
Okay, and with that, that is the end of Crash Ride the Cortex. Anyways, for this game, I have to say, I had a lot of fun with this. I definitely needed to do a game like this after the hell that I had to deal with in regards to Secret of Monkey Island. Ugh. Frankly, it's going to be a long time before I even think about touching that game again. After the freaking cursed playthrough, especially since there were issues with the game in of itself, other than my OBS. But anyways. The funny thing is that I was actually thinking of making this my next playthrough, and it was set in the cards pretty much, where I was like, okay, I'm gonna do Wrath of Cortex because it feels like a good November game. You know, there's just something about Wrath of Cortex that just screams November. However, just when I was originally contemplating on doing it, I was just thinking to myself, and I'm not really 100% into it. So that's when I decided, hey, I'm going to do Secret of Monkey Island, because I had it on my system for a while. I was like, hey, might as well give it a shot. Grim Fandango directors, all that sort of stuff. So basically, I pop it in, dealing with technical difficulties out the wazoo. And then just, this was the last resort, basically, where it was like, where it was just, it was just, I was not in a good place. But anyways, but still, it's always fun to do a Crash game. Always enjoyable. And as for this game, yes, it is not the perfect Crash game. I will tell you this. It's not, if you want to basically play the best Crash game, this is not where you're going to go. Just, the level design can feel a little basic at times, as well as wonky. The vehicle sections can be pretty hit or miss, and the boss fights are relatively underwhelming since they're all crunch, and a lot of them are vehicle sections in of themselves. Heck, 3 of them are vehicle sections, with only Wawa being the only non-vehicle one in the game. So, yeah. And then not to mention Lolo, who's arguably the best of the bunch. He feels like a knockoff of Engine, basically a cheap knockoff of Engine, and then you have it where just Wawa is basically just a pale imitation of Entropy. Granted, he is a lot harder because of the whole platform sinking into the ground mechanic, or rather into the water. But still, just, no, not dealing with that. Anyways, so basically, though, as far as this game goes, the controls are relatively decent, all things considered. Sans that sinking feeling. And the music is very top-notch. So basically, if you like the Crash Bandicoot series, then yes, I would say give this game a shot. Where basically, at worst, you'll find it to be mid, but at best, you'll find it to be pretty good. Granted, not Classic Trilogy good, not Crash 4 good, but hey, it's still good. I mean, it's better than Mind Over Mutants. But anyways, on that note, as far as my next playthrough goes, I'm still thinking about how things are going to be. And I will write it out in the description of what exactly my plans are going to be. I'll even put a community post on the channel saying, hey, here's what's happening. Because, I mean, I was seeing community posts available. So I might just put a community post just outlining just my plans. Where I will be taking a break from playthroughs. Now, this isn't one of those classic, this isn't one of those it's not me, it's you, it's not you, it's me sort of things. No. This is a legitimate break. Because, essentially, what's been happening is this. When I do playthroughs, I love doing them. Don't get me wrong. I have a lot of fun, and it's exhilarating. However, on the other hand, when it comes to shorter games, what ends up happening is this. I am churning them out. I am churning out videos left and right, with zero cooldown. Where if I was doing things normal, for instance, I would be recording a bunch of episodes tomorrow, for the next Let's Play. Because, I would need to get things prepped for, the following week, because I'm going to be out of town then, and I need to post a bunch of videos as well. So my plan is this. I'm going to take a little break, 2, maybe 3 weeks. Just so that way I can just calm down, I can rest, I can go on my other computer and I can get things set up with my other things, because like I said before, I had to reinstall OBS as well as to fix that sound issue, which, by the way, found out what that sound issue was. Apparently on my other computer, my headphones do not agree with my USB port, with my multi-hub. So I have to plug my headphones into the other port on my laptop, and they work perfectly fine. So yeah, apparently I didn't even need to delete OBS. I don't know if I did, I don't know if that fixed it, but frankly, I need to get things reconfigured in regards to basic things like my DS, as well as my overall desktop for Clash of the Tunes, which I occasionally do on Wednesdays, and which is basically a short little stream, but hey, I use my desktop for that. But anyways, when this episode's on the day that this episode's uploaded, I will be putting out a note, somewhere, whether it's a video announcement or a community post, telling what the basic plans are. So anyways, on that note, sorry for holding it up. I really appreciate that you came by to watch this video. That you stuck around to watch this episode. You're a great viewer, and I hope you come back for the start. I messed up my outro. Anyways, I really appreciate that you stuck around to watch this episode. You're a great viewer, and I hope you come back for the first episode of my next Let's Play, which will be uploaded on the day listed in the description of this video. If you like this video, like, subscribe, comment, share, do guys that you want. And with that, I'll see you next time. Bye.